seconds away on Studio 5.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Yes, we are.
Sitting down with a gospel legend, Pastor Shirley Caesar.
Anything else you're looking forward to doing? Any other dreams?
I'd like to do some more big screen, I think. I'd like to do some more acting.
There is more acting in Pastor Caesar's future. But first, she has some new music to share. And an encouraging message.
2 Corinthians 5:17 says if anyone is in Christ, he's a new creation.
From Grammy-nominated recording artist Matthew West in Studio 5, which starts now.
When I was approached with thousands and thousands of dollars to switch, to sing R&B, they came to me, they said, we know that you take care of your mother, and we can provide for you whatever you need to take care of your mom. We know that your mother's a semi-invalid. We can see that she sees the best of doctors, and you would have the best of everything, sign the contract. I said, the only way I do that is if I can rock for Jesus and roll for God. This is it. I'm like Michael Jackson. This is it. What you see is what you get. Strictly gospel.
And those are just a few snapshots of the life and legacy of Pastor Shirley Caesar, legendary recording artist. Welcome to Studio 5. We're here in our hometown of Raleigh, North Carolina today, and we're sitting down with her in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at all the news making headlines in the entertainment world. This is your top 5 from Studio 5. At number 5, quarterback Robert Griffin III is back in the game in Cleveland, and he's grateful.
All you can do is come out here and show the talents that God's blessed you with and continue to work hard every day. So I think everybody's coming out here knowing that nothing's guaranteed.
RG3 was a shining star for the Redskins in his rookie season, but sat on the bench all of last season and lost his job to Kirk Cousins.
It truly is a blessing to be able to play this game.
At number 4, there was the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Then the 22 push-up challenge to bring attention to the 22 military veterans who commit suicide every day.
Chris Pratt and his wife, Anna Faris, lent their muscle to the cause.
Let's do them. Drop and give me 22. Don't let her fool you, she's strong.
And now there's
the So Gone Challenge. People use the moniker So Gone.
My favorite Monica song.
It started out with Chance the Rapper.
Heard it was a So Gone Challenge, man. I said, no way.
And this challenge is taking on a gospel twist.
My assignment is to face the devil and defeat him by being the lyricist to advance the people in the kingdom.
I don't have to wonder, Jesus loved me from the start. See, all he wants from us is to open up our hearts.
That brings us to number 3. And fix my eyes on you. Christian rockers for King and Country. Everybody say and gospel recording star Ty Tribbett will host this year's Dove Awards. And it could be a big night for Christian singer and songwriter Lauren Daigle. She is the top nominated artist with 6 nominations, including Artist of the Year. Coming in now at number 2.
I'm here by myself and I don't know how to handle this. I just started praying.
This 93-year-old Detroit woman is on a mission to thank the man who stopped to help her when her car stalled on the interstate. The black man kept saying to her, "I'm not here to hurt you, I'm here to help you." And in today's racial climate, those words stuck with her.
I think it's so unfair. We're all created equally. There's no difference. None. Is that why he felt the need to tell me that he was here to help?
Alice put her thoughts in writing, sending a letter to the Oakland Press. She hopes it reaches the Good Samaritan whose name she can't remember. She just wants to say thank you.
I'd give him a hug.
And at number 1,
he was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American.
The incredible story of Brandon Burlsworth is now the film Greater, hitting theaters Friday.
We've just heard that right guard Brandon Burlsworth has been named first-team All-American.
Neil McDonough plays Brandon's brother.
How familiar were you with Brandon's story?
I had heard of the story. I wasn't completely familiar with it, but I knew of the story. And we're sitting in traffic, my wife Reve and I. And she says, "Honey, get an email on this film about Brandon Burlsworth." I'm like, "Brandon Burlsworth, football player, right?" "Yeah." And she goes, there's a script here with it. And I'm like, "Well, we're stuck in traffic on the 10 freeway in Los Angeles. I'm like, start reading." And by page 3, I was, we're already bawling by page 3.
And that is this week's Top 5 from Studio 5, which today, if you look around me and see, is Raleigh, North Carolina. This is home to the legendary Pastor Shirley Caesar. She is celebrating 50 years as a solo recording artist, and she recently got her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, joining the likes of gospel greats Mahalia Jackson. We're sitting down with Pastor Caesar for this week's Studio 5 interview.
But I come to tell you, at the end of the day, you're going to win. Why? Because it's all right. It's all right.
Pastor Shirley Caesar's powerful voice is her signature. With more than 40 albums under her belt, she's been sharing music for about 60 years. She first made her mark with gospel pioneers, the Caravans.
Fill This House is your latest project.
Yes, it is.
How would you describe this particular work?
Anointed. We worked feverishly to bring it into fruition. One of my goddaughters gave me the idea of going online and putting it out there, write my song. And songs came in by the hundreds, and Fill the House was one of them. And It's All Right, It's Okay, one of them.
You paired with Anthony Hamilton on that single.
It's all right, it's okay. Don't you let your troubles get in your way.
How did that happen? Was this your idea? What happened?
No. The record company did it. When I went into the studio, I recorded the whole song by myself. So what they did was they just slid that second verse out. He went in there and just tore it up.
This is a milestone recording for Pastor Caesar. It's her first since the death of her husband, Bishop Harold Williams, and her first.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Pastor Shirley Caesar.
As a member of the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
50 years as a solo recording artist.
Yes.
You've gotten a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I am excited. Me, from the Clay Hills of North Carolina, me, little Shirley. So many times I sit up and I said, I can't believe it. And now my name is right up there in front of the Fonda Theater with Lucille Ball's name, Gregory Peck, BB and CC, and now Shirley Caesar. Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable.
How do you continue as you get older to stay so relevant?
Well, for years, they were listening to the old Shirley Caesar, old songs like Hold My Mule, No Charge, Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Yes, we are.
Oprah Winfrey recently invited the First Lady of Gospel to re-record her classic song for a drama series on her network.
For years, it was those songs that really kept me alive. But one day, other powerful songs just started coming my way. It just seems like the Lord is giving me a brand new turnaround. I believe now, seemingly, that my latter, now, is going to be even greater than my past. I just thank God for that.
Can you believe and
Pastor Caesar's new songs speak to today's concerns, from the deadly violence on city streets to the shooting at a church in Charleston, South Carolina. It's the same church where she received her first honorary doctorate degree 35 years ago.
9 worshipers are in their church worshiping. This young man comes in, sits there, enjoy, they love on him, they welcome him, and then while their heads are bowed, this coward takes their lives. And may I say, where's the camera? May I say, it took me 2 weeks, I'm being honest, to forgive that young man because he was a coward. It took me 2 Bible studies as we discussed it and talked about it. Why? How could somebody come into God's house?
The Bible studies gave birth to a song. That's also on her Fill This House project.
Is there anything that you are still looking to do? You've acted, you've got your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame,
Yes.
you pastor this great church. Anything else you're looking forward to doing? Any other dreams?
I'd like to do some more big screen, I think. I'd like to do some more acting.
Put a smile on your face. It's gonna be all right.
And the busy singer and pastor already has a movie in the works. Once again, Shirley's new album is called Fill This House, and the interview with Pastor Caesar continues right after this. Still ahead on Studio 5.
We're here today for the homegoing and the celebration of a wonderful woman, Aunt Sally.
A look at Pastor Caesar on the big screen and in memorable photographs. And welcome back to Studio 5, coming to you this week from downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. This is home to the legendary Pastor Shirley Caesar. She's celebrating 50 years as a solo recording artist, and that career spans even longer if you count those early days with the Caravans. As you can imagine, with that lifetime in this career, she's got lots of pictures. Let's take a look at Pastor Shirley Caesar's life in photograph as the interview continues.
Glory to God. The church is in mourning. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. The church is in mourning. Good God Almighty.
This is one of Pastor Shirley Caesar's acting credits, appearing opposite Cuba Gooding Jr. and Beyonce in The Fighting Temptations.
I'm so grateful to be where I am now. And I can look back and see the long road that I've traveled. I will never, ever forget my upbringing. Ephraim, I will never, ever forget from whence I come. God did it all. He did it all for me.
As a little girl, you started singing very young. Did you imagine this would be your
No,
life?
of course not. I would lay in bed and I would visualize myself preaching, and I would visualize myself with a prayer line with my mom at the head of the line, because she was a semi-invalid. She had meningitis when she was 2 years old, and it left her with a club foot. And I would just visualize myself praying for my mama and my mom walking. Now that never came into being, but what did, finally they made her a special shoe. And I have that shoe that set of shoes now.
Mom was very special to you.
Oh, Lord. My mother, if there was anything, I would have given her an arm, I would have given her a kidney, I would have given her whatever she needed at the time. She was 84 when she fell asleep, when she transitioned. But I would have done anything to have been able to keep my mom. But to be absent out of this fleshly house is to be in his presence. So I believe, I'm going to tell you this, I believe that my mom is looking down from the battlements of glory. And I believe that she's saying, you go, Shirley. You're making me proud. Go, girl. I believe that. I believe that.
My mama is sleeping in the bosom of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Somehow I know she's smiling. She's smiling over us right now. Look at that. One day I'll see her again. How happy I will be. Yeah. I'll remember in a happy way.
I'm one of 12. And the only two of us left now, my brother and myself.
I want to do a bit of a photo thing here. Look at some photos and see of you and see what you remember.
That's me. That's me. I think I was like 28 there.
28?
Mm-hmm. That's me too. I don't know how old I was.
Now this one still is sitting in my grandmother's living room with your autograph.
Really?
My grandmother's 97.
Oh.
There aren't many pictures still in the house,
God.
but this one is still sitting there. That you?
Yeah, I was at the radio station in Durham at WSRC doing my radio broadcast.
Nice.
That's me. Now that was 100 years ago. That's with the Caravans. Yeah. Oh, there's Daddy Earl.
Still ahead.
Know the Lord is with you every day. Sometimes it's hard to say you're doing okay when you're trying to hide the pain on your face.
Studio 5 samples the sounds of Pastor Caesar in this performance just for us. We've been chatting with Pastor Shirley Caesar about her life in this business. Now, let's take a look at what she does best, sing. For that, we're going back to her church, Mount Calvary.
You know, I know that there are some things that you're going to go through in life. Oh, but I come to tell you, at the end of the day, you're going to win. Why? Because it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. And it's okay. Don't you let your trouble get in your way. Just believe. Can you believe? And have faith. Know that He is with you. Know the Lord is with you every day. Sometimes it's hard to say you're doing okay when you're trying to hide the pain on your face. Times are getting harder. You're praying and you're praying. Just keep hoping, believing. Hold on to your faith. It's all right. It's okay. And it's okay. Don't let trouble get in your way. Just believe. Oh, let believe and have faith. Know that He is with you. Know the Lord is with you every day. Let's go. It's all right. It's all right. Put a smile on your face. It's gonna be all right. Oh, let the devil know it's gonna be all right. Come on and dry the tears from your eyes. It's gonna be all right, all right, all right. Oh, it's all right. It's okay. Don't you let your troubles, don't let it get in your way. Yeah. Just believe. Just believe and have faith. Know the Lord is with you every day. It's all right. And it's okay. Don't let troubles, don't let it get in your way. Yeah. Just believe. Only believe and have
still ahead here on Studio 5.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water.
Getting the backstory of the band whose music unites millions on any given Sunday. We have certainly enjoyed bringing this week's Studio 5 to you from Raleigh, North Carolina, but as you can imagine, we're already hard at work on what to bring you next week. It's a Studio 5 exclusive. Take a look.
When I started a church, I wanted to have a church that wrote songs that influenced the way people worship.
From a small youth group in Australia to a church whose music swept the globe, Studio 5 sits down with Hillsong United.
We were more probably shocked that Hollywood would knock on our door wanting to make a movie around our story that hopefully points to Jesus. And so I guess still, you know, we're just amazed that this is where God's taken us.
We'll bring you a behind-the-scenes look at their new film, Let Hope Rise.
What fortune lies beyond the stars.
Taya, I guess one of the things that surprised me in the film is you arrive in Sydney with $200 and just, Lord, use me?
Yeah, it was a faith step. It was a faith step.
It's an episode you won't want to miss. And that's just one story from next week's rundown. As for today's show, I'm giving the final word to another recording artist, Matthew West. He's got a special message from the heart.
2 Corinthians 5:17 says, if anyone is in Christ, he's a new creation. The old is gone, and the new has come. And I'm thankful for that message today. I'm thankful for the chance to press the reset button every day, no matter how many mistakes I've made the day before, that I can wake up and know, hey, this is a chance to do it again. And thank God that he never gives up on me.
And that is the final word for this edition of Studio 5, and a very good word indeed. Until next time, reach out and touch me at Ephraim Graham on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And then come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye.